Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend. I hope that you had a great week. Today we are going to start out strong with our BAMF of the week. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert from Colorado. You might recognize her from such great hits as...
I'm Lauren Boebert, and I approve this message.
Cut. That's a wrap.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a newly elected Congresswoman from Colorado. Even though I now work in one of the most liberal cities in America, I refuse to give up my rights, especially my Second Amendment rights. I will carry my firearm in D.C. and in Congress. This caused outrage from Democrats and the media. Why? It's our job in Congress to defend your rights, including your Second Amendment, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. In D.C., of all places, we should be encouraged to practice our rights. So forget what you hear in the fake news. Here are the real reasons why I choose to defend myself in our nation's capital. I'm a woman and a mother of 4. I choose to defend my family with all of the force the Constitution provides. D.C. is one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in our country. Homicide rates and violent crimes are skyrocketing here. Being a member of Congress is pretty basic. I don't go to work in a motorcade or armored car. I don't get police escorts everywhere I go. I walk to my office every morning by myself. So as a 5-foot-tall, 100-pound woman, I choose to protect myself legally because I am my best security.
That's right. She's like, I'm going to wear my Glock to Congress. I give exactly 0 F's about what you think about it. I don't need to defund the police when I am my own protector. Oh my goodness. Hello. Yes, please. So she came out with a new video of her walking and talking. That's what she does best. She said, I'm going to walk and talk. She walked and talked about Kamala. Every time she laughs, Kamala Harris being our border czar and not going down to the border. Instead, she goes down to Guatemala. Maybe we can start calling her Guatemala Kamala or Guatemala.
In the news conference here in Guatemala City, you had a message for would-be migrants. Don't come. Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in?
I've been working on this issue for a very long time. And the kind of violence and danger that is associated with that trek, especially when we're talking about from Guatemala through Mexico to the United States. It is extremely dangerous.
What they do see at their own border, children being lowered over fences, children coming in with, phone numbers stenciled on their hand.
Yeah.
And so the question has come up, and you heard it here, and you'll hear it again, I'm sure. It's why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis?
Well, we are going to the border. We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that. Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I haven't been to Europe.
And I don't understand the point that you're making.
She goes, I've never been to Europe. It's like, hey, asshole, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is you're supposed to be in charge of the border, and you haven't done it. You are not the Europe czar. So why would you even care about going to Europe? I mean, the lady is completely incompetent. She just sitting in the back, just, meshing her fingers together. I can't wait for Joe to die or for Congress to enact the 25th and kick his ass out of office, because the guy can't put 3 words together without tripping over or saying something racist. So, anyway, Lauren Boebert, our BAMF of the week, yes, please. She goes down to the border and shows Kamala. This is what the border looks like.
I'm Lauren Boebert, and I traveled down to McAllen, Texas to the Rio Grande Valley sector to see what's up at our southern border. So here's what's up at the border. Illegal aliens crossing the border, that's up. Sex offenders crossing the border, that's up. Drug trafficking, gun smuggling, human smuggling, that's up. Unaccompanied children being sent on this journey alone, and even worse, given over to the cartel, that is way, way up. You know what's not up at the southern border? Respect for law and order, funding for our border patrol. And where's the media to cover this crisis? More than 70 days ago, Biden named cackling Kamala as border czar, but she hasn't done a single thing to protect the American people. She hasn't even been down here to see the border or the tens of thousands of children wrapped in aluminum foil. You can't just hear about what's happening. You have to come down here to see for yourself, to really understand the devastating reality at our southern border. So I brought Kamala down to see exactly what this regime is responsible for with their man-made crisis. Now, Kamala, I want you to stand here and look at what you've done.
And thank goodness we had the one, liberal reporter that actually called her on it. It was like, you've never been to the border. So, anyway, thank you, Lauren Boebert. If you ever divorce your husband, look me up. The one person in Congress who's actually looking out for most of us. That's why you are our BAMF of the week. Now in California doesn't always suck news. And one of the few times that I actually agree with giving more taxpayer money to the government, California is trying to pass a bill where the state of California will actually act as a silent partner in your home purchase up to 45%. Now, I think this is a win-win for everybody. I think for people that have Section 8 housing, people in the neighborhood, I think it's a good way to get them out of your neighborhood, get them into their own houses, let them buy their own stuff, and then they actually own 55% of the equity in that house. The average house in California has gone up $100,000 in the past year. Now, if just your average family, let's say they would end up with 55 of that $1,000 in equity. State of California end up $45,000 of that equity. So what does that mean? That means you have to pay less in taxes. That means that now you're getting an actual return on your investment when you pay taxes. So the new bill applies to first-time home buyers only, which is awesome because it helps everybody. This is not a San Fran shithole or Satan's shithole, I think is what they call it, where they're going to give $30,000 to anybody as long as you're non-white. But, all first-time home buyers You know, it basically will cut your mortgage payment to less than anything that you're going to rent. And like I said, as far as I can see, there's no downside to this bill. As long as they don't attach something stupid where they're like, okay, but, you know, 90% of the equity that California gets from any home sale is going to go to provide free needles. You know, as long as it's not something weird hidden in the bill, as far as I can see, this looks like a win-win for everybody. I'm definitely voting for this bill, not just because, you know, I'm about to buy a house, but I just think that everybody benefits. It's one of the few bills that I've seen in a long time that has a double positive. You know, you're going to have less people having to rent a house in your neighborhood. That way you don't have 8 people renting one house in your neighborhood with 12 cars, you know, 7 of which don't work, parked out on the street, blocking up the whole street so you can't park. You know, it gives them a place, you know, gives them an opportunity to get their own house. And it makes California money. I don't see how this is a bad thing. I will keep you all updated as the days go on. And since I cannot get Doge out of my rabbit ass mind, I'm going to end today's video with a Doge update you should buy today. Woof woof! Doge to the moon. When I left the house, it was at 31.5 cents. Here's the thing about Dogecoin. You don't rely on the Fed adjusting interest rates or how the housing economy is going or the markets or anything like that. It is 100% dependent on other people like you in the Doge community who determine Doge's worth. You determine your own worth on this. The Dogecoin community is so fun and so supportive. You know, everybody makes these memes. I just bought a bunch of stickers. I'm handing them out to all the guys on Monday. You know, a lot of guys that I work with, you know, they bought it on Doge and they're like, oh, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? I'm like, why? You know, don't be the guy that sells at 7 cents and, you know, watches it go up to 31. You know, it's like, it's at 31.5 cents right now, and everybody's thinking about bailing on it. Why? Doge is going to be at over $1 by the end of the year. So why are you going to give up on it now that it's down to 31? You know, I don't know about you, but I want to triple my money by the end of the year. Diamond hands, baby! Dogecoin to the moon! Thank you all so much for watching. I'm heading out to the horse. I'm going to have a brief stop. Let Batman get out. You can see I'm wearing my Batman shirt today. Let him get out. Let him run around. I give him his apple. Give him a treat. And then I'm heading up to the hot desert to hang out with my brothers from high school. That's right, 30 years. It was 30 years ago today. It was 30 years ago this month that I graduated from high school. So, I'm going to get up there. I'm going to hang out with my boys from high school. We're going to have a grand old time. We're going to tell some lies. We're going to make up some stories. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you buy Dogecoin, and I will see you next time.